Et voila everyone, over here is the DS3. Historically, it started out as a modified Citroen C3. It was a two-door hatchback, but it all changed in the late 2010s when they released the second generation DS3, which is right next to me. However, this DS3 recently saw a facelift, and this facelift has made it look like a young sibling to the DS7. Now, this DS3 costs 38,000 euros. In this price range, and judging by the segment it's in, it competes against the likes of the Hyundai Kona or the Audi Q2, something like this, and even something like the Volkswagen T-Roc. This gorgeous paintwork is called Crystal Pearl. And for most parts, the front design is a strong reference to other DS models, especially the DS7, judging by those beautiful daytime running lights. You get a 360-degree parking camera. You get parking sensors at the front and at the rear. We see strong references to the first generation DS3, especially with the prominent B pillar, the way the body paint goes upwards like this. Now, on the bright side, it looks beautiful, but on the negative side, this could have an impact on the exterior visibility for rear passengers. Now, the rear design of the DS3 has a bit of a problem. First thing I've noticed is that the rear lights are very humble compared to what I've seen of other DS models. You look at the DS7, the DS9, they have proud rear lights that scream Paris to you. But this kind of rear light, oh dear, it doesn't even scream France to me. Anyways, for the rest, the rear is gorgeous. I like how they've gone all round edge. And then another problem is you get fake vents on both sides. I have no idea what are these for. Now it is time to check out the interior of the DS3, the exciting part. Oh wow, the seat is super cozy. The seating is cozy. It feels great. It's like sitting on a couch. Good news and bad news. The bad news is the headrest is so solid. It's like a wall or something. Oh no, that's not good. Anyways, it doesn't matter. And you don't get electric seating adjustments. You get manual seating adjustments. Oh dear. And oh no, to adjust the back, there's a crank and it's buried between the seats and the B pillar. Oh my goodness. The conveniences are not there. And then to move the seat front and back, it's fine. I guess we can manage. Steering adjustment. It took me almost a long time to figure out that it was further down there. I can move it up, down, in and out. It's fine. It's good. On the bright side, the steering wheel is really pleasant to hold on to. It's quite nice. It's not too thick. It's squidgy. It's great. This has to be one of the best steering wheel ever. I like it. Wonderful. Easy to use, easy to read, easy to hold on to. And it's perfect. It's spot on. Now, the pallets on the steering wheel are easy to reach from here, but you cannot reach them from above or underneath. Window buttons, they moved them to the center instead of conventionally leaving them onto the door. For the door, they've put more emphasis on style and design. They've even put the air vent onto the door. Oh, no. That's, I mean, too non-conventional. But then at the same time, okay, it works. And another problem is the door bin is so tiny. There's no big door bin. They really have sacrificed practicality for style. Look at this. USB point sitting there with a 12-volt socket right here as if they were an afterthought. Usually most competitors would organize them, like put them at a spot somewhere else, you know, but DS decides to leave them there like this. You get two cup holders of good size. They're decent. And then you get a little storage space right here. And that's about it. There's nothing further there. And there's a charging port sitting right there as if it was an afterthought as well. And they kept the start-stop button right there. I think it's cute, but then at the same time, come on. And then over here you have climate controls and basic buttons for your infotainment system. That's quite nice. And with the two air vents right there, it's cute, it's creative, but it is just something you have to get used to, because this is, I mean, too stylish more than practical, or yeah, if you know what I'm saying. Now, the infotainment system is nice to use, but the problem with it is that it's too further away from me. I literally have to stretch my arm to reach whatever is there. Most competitors would have employed a huge tablet for their center area, but for the DS3, they've stuck to buttons and infotainment system. On the bright side, it's good. It maintains the classic design. But on the negative side, competitors offer more tech. The glove box. The glove box is very deep, like other PSA Group cars and Stellantis equally. And there's also another pocket right there. That's great. Another problem I've noticed is that you do not get any sunglasses holder, and neither do you get any panoramic sunroof. So the infotainment system is very similar to what I've seen in other Stellantis vehicles. Now the thing to note is that when it comes to infotainment systems, Stellantis vehicles tend to be good. They get the job done, but they're just not on par with what the Germans come up with, like the Volkswagen Group, Mercedes, and BMW. But then at the same time, honestly, this infotainment system is far better than certain other car manufacturers, like that of Honda, for example. But then another problem is, you know, again, as I said earlier, it would have been nicer if there was a bigger tablet right here. So it's like other competitors, you know. But then physical buttons aren't that bad either. Now, one thing I do like is how light and small the rear doors are. Very ideal for the cities. Now it is time to check out the rear seats of the DS3. Already just one problem I've noticed is that it feels very narrow. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Otherwise it feels like sitting in a hatchback. That's the thing about the back seat. Now, because of the design of this DS3's exterior, you get this plastic that's prominent right here, and it does obstruct your exterior view. So it is, well, at least you get to spy on the public since the windows are tinted. That's great. But then at the same time, if you were expecting, you know, a pleasant view outside, yeah, it's very cramped in here. Anyways, back seat. So the headrest is it's a bit on the firm side, but it's something you can manage with. My leg room is okay. It's not the best, but then it's not bad either. It's like I have enough leg room, but then it depends on the seating adjustment of the front passenger and the driver. Knee room is good. It's okay. And even if it makes contact with the back seat, it's rather squidgy, so it's fine. One thing I like is that the seats have no hard plastic on them, and the back seat pocket is pleasant. But then there's a problem. You do not get an armrest right here. You get this storage space right there, which has a net to it. There's no air vent right here, but there's a little tiny door bin right here, and that's it. At least there's a handle right here to help me climb in the back. Now we will check out the boot space of the DS3. So it's an interesting system. You have to push the button that's under it down there. So here is the boot lip of the DS3, and there's a bit of a problem. The body paint is very much exposed. So in long term, it will be easy for you to scratch the body paint, and that's something you do not want. And then also the plastic over here is good, but it elevates too much to a point where you really have to lift your luggage to put it in the back of the DS3. So over here is the boot floor of the DS3, everyone, but there's a bit of a problem. There's not much practicality solution, and the boot space is not very, I mean, it is deep. The volume is down there, but then as you go upwards, there's less volume. And I do not see any 12-volt socket anywhere. You only get tether points down here. And then for some reason, there are those exposed plastic that indicate an adjustable boot floor, but that's it. You don't see it anywhere there. So I don't get it. Is the boot floor adjustment optional or anything? So here's my conclusion of the DS3. For a price of 38,000 euros, if you are looking for design and status, this car is great value for money. The status part can be a bit questionable, but when it comes to style, it is the most beautiful of cars in its segment, and that is proven. However, it's not all pink roses. If you are looking at practicality and equipment, this DS3 is very behind, so it is not great value for money at all. My opinion of the DS3 is that I love it. I love the DS3 because it is unique, it is beautiful, but I really want DS to put more emphasis on practicality. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.